All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really mind-bending thought experiment. It asks a huge question. What if we could just completely redesign our economy from the ground up? It's a pretty radical vision, so let's get into it.
Just think about it for a second. What if we could hit a giant reset button? What if we could use the incredible power of artificial intelligence to build a smarter, maybe even a fairer economic system completely from scratch? What would that even look like? What would it prioritize?
Well, a new conceptual framework actually offers one potential answer to that massive question. And let me tell you, it's ambitious, it's disruptive, and it challenges some of our most basic ideas about what money and value even are. So, okay, let's dive in.
What we're talking about here is a concept called the Brand Currency System, or BCS for short. And we need to be clear, this isn't about a few small tweaks to the current system. No, this is designed as a total replacement.
So at its very core, the brand currency system is all about a complete recentering of our economy. The goal is to shift the main driver away from just profit and instead build the entire system around what we as humans actually do, and on brands behaving in a purposeful and, this is key, measurable way.
But all that's very high level, right? What would this actually mean for you on a personal level? How would your daily life actually be any different? Well, it all starts with a simple purchase.
In the BCS, every single purchase gets, for lack of a better word, supercharged with meaning. So you buy something. Instantly, Essential AI analyzes its total impact. We're talking everything from ethical sourcing to its carbon footprint. If it's a net positive, you actually get rewarded with digital savings or credit. And that reward is then validated by something called a digital gold receipt, which is basically a token proving the real-world value of your good choice.
So think about it this way. Your weekly trip to the grocery store isn't just about buying stuff anymore. It becomes a direct investment. You are, quite literally, voting with your money for the brands that are proving to be the most efficient, the most sustainable, and the most beneficial for society as a whole.
And of course, a shift that big for individuals means an absolutely massive shift for companies. The whole dynamic between a brand and its customers gets completely turned on its head.
This new dynamic completely changes what marketing is for. You can forget persuasive, manipulative advertising that's all about building an image. In the BCS, an ad essentially becomes a real-time report card. Brands would have to submit verifiable data on their performance, and marketing would just be the act of sharing that data transparently.
And this means a brand's value isn't based on a fluctuating stock price driven by speculation. Instead, its worth is a live, dynamic trust score. It's constantly being updated by real-world data from every single customer interaction. It's a direct measure of how well that company is actually serving people.
Okay, now we're getting to the absolute heart of the system. This is arguably the most disruptive piece of the puzzle, the part that really, truly changes everything.
Because the biggest change proposed by the brand currency system isn't some new feature or cool new technology that it introduces.
It's what it makes obsolete. In this model, the traditional financial middlemen, banks, are completely replaced. Gone.
So you're probably wondering, how does an economy even function without banks? Well, that central AI takes over. It becomes the new financial manager for the whole system, like a giant digital ledger. It's constantly balancing supply and demand to keep prices fair and to stop hoarding. But here's the most radical part. It also handles credit. But instead of giving loans based on wealth, it issues credit based on your positive contributions to the system, a move specifically designed to wipe out predatory lending.
So we've looked at the mechanics, the how of it all. But what about the philosophy behind it? This whole framework is built on a few core beliefs that try to completely redefine our relationship with the economy itself.
The first principle is so simple, but it's profound. It says the economy is a tool that should be designed to serve human well-being, not some system that people have to twist themselves into knots to serve.
The second principle completely reframes what it means to be productive. It's not about how many hours you punch on a clock. It's about the tangible value you create for the system and for other people, and how efficiently that value gets shared.
And this all leads to a brand new definition of wealth. Your personal wealth becomes a direct reflection of your contribution to the health of the entire system.
your positive impact on making things more efficient and sustainable for everyone.
Now, it's really important to remember something that the source material makes very clear. This is not being sold as some perfect, finished blueprint. Far from it. It's a starting point. It's a thought experiment that's meant to be critiqued, challenged, and hopefully evolved over time.
And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? A system like this, it promises incredible efficiency and fairness, but it requires placing an immense amount of trust in a central AI. So is that the key to unlocking a smarter, more just economy? Or is that a level of power we should never, ever hand over? That's the thought we'll leave you with.